story of the fall of man and the punishment given to him. But let's take a closer look at this punishment. So the Lord God said to the serpent, because you have done this, you are cursed more than all the cattle, more than every beast of the field, and on your belly you shall go and eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between her seed and your seed, and he shall bruise your head, and you shall bruise his heel. He is cursed over all of God's creation. He is put below every living thing. That as the ground is trodden and the dust is stirred up, this is what he is to eat. And then one day a child would be born, the Messiah, Yeshua, who will crush his head with his heel. Now if you notice the phrasing, he was cursed more than all the other creatures. And keep that in mind. To the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your sorrow and your conception. In pain you shall bring forth children. Your desire shall be for your husband, and he shall rule over you. Now I've looked a little deeper into this, and I believe I understand what's happened here. Isha, woman, was enticed by the serpent, and she ate of the fruit. I believe she knowingly ate of the fruit first. Because by eating first made her the first one to be like God. Then she gave the fruit to her husband, who ate the fruit, agreeing with the alignment that she had authority over him. Now, if we look at this, we refer to this as what's known as the Jezebel spirit. But this motivation even was in the garden. This is why her punishment had to do with submission instead of the equality in their household. Then to Adam he said, because you have heeded the voice of your wife, and you have eaten from the tree which I commanded you, saying, you shall not eat of it, cursed is the ground for your sake. In your toil you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth to you. And you shall eat the herbs of the field, and the sweat in your face you shall eat bread until you return to the ground. For out of it you were taken, and from dust you are, and dust you shall return. We see Adam's in real trouble. He's going to have to live off the land. Not only that, but the earth had been cursed because of him. So like getting an older brother into trouble, now Adam has to rely on his older brother for survival. In Genesis 2:6, it says that it had not rained, but a mist had come up on the earth, and it watered itself. The earth yielded fruit that was good for food, and now man had been foolish and eaten the wrong fruit, and the earth, because of man, had been cursed. And everything on the earth had been cursed because of Adam. Now the earth, instead of giving fruit willingly, it was to give weeds. And man would now have to work to get his food from the earth. You may ask why the earth was cursed because of man. The earth was cursed because man was created from the earth. And God took that punishment from beginning to end. From dust you came, and from dust you shall return. You may not see it, but everything on the earth and the earth itself was given a death sentence. In Revelation 21:1, John says, now I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away. So because the earth had given a sinful man, it must now be destroyed. And God will make a new earth for the kingdom of the Messiah. We can see that we have an interesting relationship with the earth. Man and earth were cursed together and given an equal punishment. We rely on the earth, and in return it relies on us to treat it well. And in return for that treatment, it will give us food to eat. You see, the population of mankind is relying upon the earth to give food, and to give food to the animals of the earth. Every element of the earth is delicate, and it is in its balance, and that is why a land flowing with milk and honey was so important. A blessing was on the land for it to be willing to give in this way. It wasn't rivers flowing with honey, and it wasn't rivers flowing with milk, although that would have been quite interesting. It was a balance of life, given in perfect conditions, the right amount of rainfall, the proper balance of wildlife, enough for the animals to give to the earth, and for the earth to give back to the animals and not be overgrazed. The population of flowers and plants needed to create such a land. And the earth demands our respect. It also demands that we respect one another. We know the story of Cain and Abel. We see the argument of these two is said to stem from the accepted offering of Abel and the rejected offering of Cain. I believe at this point the earth testified to the uprightness of man. Cain was a tiller of the ground, and the earth yielded to Cain, but his offering, or the lack thereof, the earth testified to the character of Cain. Abel brought firstlings of his flock, showing the flocks were flourishing, and the earth had given Abel flocks for good food to eat, and his flocks were thriving. Cain probably brought fruit from the ground that was weak, unhealthy, showing the ground had not given to the plants, and Cain probably somehow cut corners because of the difficulty of the work and not treating the earth with the respect it was due. We also see that the ground cries out with the voice of Abel after Cain kills him. God heard the cry of Abel's blood from the earth. So if God can hear the earth at this time, how much more has the earth said to God? I believe that still today the earth testifies to the character of man.